Dinesh's journey began many years ago. His parents were informed that he had a hole in his heart when he was 1.5 years old.
தினேஷ் ஒரு 1.5 வயசு வரைக்கும் நல்லா இருந்தான். ஒரு சளி இருமல் வந்ததுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஃபேமிலி டாக்டர்கிட்ட போய் காமிச்சோம், கைனகாலஜிஸ்ட்டை. அப்போ அவங்க வந்து ஹார்ட்டில் வந்து லேப்டாப்புங்கிற சவுண்டோட எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஒரு சவுண்டு வருது அப்படின்னாங்க. அதனால் ஹார்ட் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட் யார்கிட்ட காமிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு பக்கத்தில் ஒரு டாக்டர்கிட்ட போய் காமிச்சோம். அவங்க பார்த்துட்டு ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்னாங்க. அப்போல்லாம் ஸ்கேன் அவ்வளோ இங்கே இல்லை, பூந்தமல்லியில் போய் பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்னாங்க. நான் கொஞ்சம் அழுதுட்டு திரும்ப கேட்டேன், என்ன சொல்லுங்கள் அப்படின்ட்டு. அவர் ஃபஸ்ட்டு சொல்லலை, திரும்ப நான் ரொம்ப கம்பல் பண்ணோன்னு இந்த மாதிரி ஹார்ட்டில் ஹோல் இருந்தாலும் இருக்கலாம், அதனால் நீங்கள் நாளைக்கு வாங்க ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி பார்ப்போம் அப்படின்னாங்க. நான் அழுதுட்டு வீட்டுக்கு வந்துட்டு என்னோடய பிரதருக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி இந்த மாதிரி சொல்கிறாங்க, ஹார்ட்டில் ஹோல்னு சொல்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னு.
His tests showed cardiomyopathy or heart muscle disease, which causes the heart muscle to become large, thick or stiff and less able to pump blood to meet the body's needs.
Dinesh came to me, I think, when he was just in higher secondary school. He was very, very sick. He had already had the disease for about more than 5 to 6 years. I mean, he had not had it diagnosed for 2 years prior to that. So about almost 7 years he's been suffering. He has a particular kind of a heart muscle weakness, and it's called cardiomyopathy, but he's got something called a restrictive cardiomyopathy. So whereas in most cardiomyopathies the heart muscle does not function to pump well enough, here it doesn't relax well enough. And because it doesn't relax well enough, every time the blood comes in, it causes a back pressure into the lungs and into the other organs, such as the liver and the kidneys. He was very sick. He could barely walk to the toilet. He was constantly unwell, couldn't attend school.
When I was 6th standard, with everyone I was playing, and suddenly I thought I had a more breathing problem than. So we went to doctor and got checkup. So they said muscle growth was there. So due to that it can be there like that. So but that time there was no cure. So they said we can on the way we can check up like that. Till 10th standard I was coping with the problem. I used to sit in class and not go to games and all. I won't play, just I will go to school. Even I won't go to prayer because prayer will be in ground, so I can't climb stairs. I'm not that much with friends get together that and all I couldn't able to do. So around while I'm studying 10th standard, I suddenly fainted. So that became so serious problem.
அப்போல்லாம் ஒன்றும் செய்ய முடியாதுன்ட்டாங்க.
And his right atrium and left atrium are so swollen, and his functional status, and what it means is he'll not be able to walk maybe 100 feet in a go. So he was that sick, he was. So at that time we evaluated him, and his kidney function is also was slightly abnormal. So which means the heart failure started affecting the kidney. In that phase he came.
Dinesh underwent heart transplantation within a month, and after spending few weeks in the hospital, he was allowed to go home.
We did the heart transplantation. In the post-op, he had a few issues with the kidney, and he dialyzed him for a day or two. Then everything became normal. His kidney started working, and he was fine. The thing is, in India especially, is chance of infection. The more number of days they stay in the ICU, the chance of infection is more. If you would have been referred to us somewhere earlier, then you would have done the transplantation, you would have walked home in around 6 days time. That's what we are doing now for a straightforward transplantation now. Because he was referred to us with the kidney failure, he was forced to stay on a dialysis in the ICU. So that extended his ICU stay for 2 or 3 days more. And we are highly worried about his infection. Luckily, he didn't have any infection. Then he was forced to stay in the hospital for 2 weeks or so. So identification of the patient at the right time is very important.
After that only, now I'm eating well, enjoying well. So like others, I am feeling normal.
On a personal level, most of these patients are so sick, and I often wonder whether I would be as brave as them if I was as sick as them. And I've seen these kind of sick patients for more than 20 years. And each time I feel quite inspired, because these are actually quite young people who should be doing other things in life, not being worried about death. But that is what they are. They get up every day, facing death in the face.
He attributes his recovery to his doctors, nurses, family and friends, especially his parents.
I'm the only child for them. They didn't think that, see, my only child has a problem. They never thought like that. Without them, I wouldn't have survived those period. They didn't say even, see, you are like this. Whatever you do. Those period also they said, no problem, you go through, no one will say anything. They supported a lot. My dad, that's what, even if you don't play outside, I will buy you a video game, whatever indoor game you want, you say. And those time only I bought computer, laptops, the TV, whatever I wanted, he will buy me. So I used that as a...
Today, Dinesh is healthy and enjoying life. With his renewed lease on life, he enjoys going to his CA classes and hopes to clear his exam in the first attempt.
Hello everybody, I'm here to give you an update on Mrs. Leela and Mr. Dinesh. Mrs. Leela always had an interest in astronomy, and after her transplant decided to pursue it. She got a telescope, read several books, joined a club of amateur astronomers, and of course spent countless nights stargazing. Now she is an expert astronomer and even gives talks on it. Mr. Dinesh, who had undergone a heart transplant, is now leading a normal life, which includes returning back to his profession. Folks, the pinnacle of medical expertise is the ability to perform multi-organ transplants. As one of the world's leading organ transplant programs, we continue to marvel and experience the resilience of the human spirit manifested in the courage of our patients and the expertise of our clinical teams. It continues to remind us just how priceless life really is. Till we meet again next week on Let's Talk Health, goodbye for now.